You got
The Gemini Music Room.
Live.
Yeah, you get everything synchronized. You know what I'm saying?
Live. Okay.
So you know, it's been a while since y'all heard my voice and everything. You know what I'm saying? We've been going at the studio for like 2 weeks. So on podcation. The rest of the cast ain't here though. You know what I'm saying? We gonna throw them under the bus though. You know what I'm saying? But we do got a special guest with us. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Before we get to the special guest, I want to bring it in with some freaking tunes real quick. You feel what I'm saying?
Wherever did you find these records?
Yeah.
In a closet.
Yeah. Let me get my mic levels right. I gotta be direct. You talking to me about what you got. Don't forget, I'm the one that get the stove hot. I got a lighter for your ass. I'm burning all the cash. Me and you standing here man to man. So skip all the small talk. Make sure your car's parked. Pumping the brakes. Now I ain't running from war scars. I had enough of subtle jabs and petty rumors that's underhanded. I guess my glow too bright, you can't stand it. Gotta slaughter, do damage like ham sandwich, cause haters fake. My only legacy to stay in my place and keep 10 toes planted on the concrete. Holy water on my body, I ain't even gotta speak, yo. You acting like you never seen a king. I be damned if I walk around like a weak link. I came from the bottom and elevated my rank, talking big dog, big star, and big bad. I water the rose despite thorns, cause ain't nobody stopping me from carrying on. I got the weight upon the world, releasing off my back. I can fly high, then run another lap, never looking for handouts. I be eating scraps, everything I work for to get my money all back. But ain't nothing more important than ducking all the frauds, getting started. I'm choosing whoever that's still calling my phone line, ducking my ego. They looking at me cold, yeah, I know I got freeze flow or freeze pop. I get it poppin' like the 4th of July. I walk around, got the whole world feeling me now. It's like, yo, you acting like you never seen a king. I be damned if I walk around like a weak link. I came from the bottom and elevated my rank, talking big dog, big stars, and big bank.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This right here is that motherfucking I Said Yerrr. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm tuned into the one, you know what I'm saying, DatNiccaTrendz. And that song right there was motherfucking Big Bank by none other than Ty Harper, who we have in the studio with us today. You feel what I'm saying? What's going on, good brother, man? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm rocking and rolling. You know, trying to stay cool out here in this hot summer weather. We mid-July, so.
Facts, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I just want to know, man, why you snap on that song like that, man? That beat fire, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I played, I'm like, God. I said, hold on, what the freak?
Yeah. Nah, my man Hook produced that joint. I only choose the ones that really move me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, I'm somebody, man, I'm very, like, to the point. I'm straight to the point, bottom line. And, you know, my biggest thing is always staying in motion, staying on point, staying sharp. But, you know, you got a lot of naysayers. You got a lot of people that, you know, do anything to set you off track. And, you know, I let it come out in the music. I ain't gonna do too much back and forth. But, you know, it's me telling my truth, telling my story, and just really how I feel. So I let it flow, man. But shout out to Hook on that. The beat is where it all starts. That's where the inspiration is.
Shoot, the beat is where it started at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we get into that, right, I just want to ask a question, man. You know, I ask a lot whenever I do like interviews or whatever, anybody. First thing I ask them is, on a scale of 1 to 10, you know what I'm saying? 1 being horrible, just this 10 being, I feel amazing. How's your mental health, man? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm gonna say I'm at an 8. Probably even a 9, for real. But I always give myself that little window for growth and you know, staying on track and keeping up the consistency. But I'm bright right now, man. I feel awesome.
So that's what it is,
Straight
man.
up.
My freaking 8/9.
Yeah,
you know
I'm on the up and up, man.
God damn.
I'm
man.
here.
So on some real, I be liking having artists in here, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I interview like business people, you know what I'm saying, entrepreneurs. But I connect more with artists because
It makes sense.
I'm an artist, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like I got an artist in here, y'all.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yes sir.
But now I did compromise a couple series of questions for you that I feel the need to be asked. You feel what I'm saying?
Cool.
You feel what I'm saying? So let's start off with this. You know what I'm saying? At what moment, right, did you like fall in love with the rap genre? Like, what made you want to pursue rap, man?
You know what's funny, man? So like, I'm gonna tie in from the question you just asked me. So I always grew up like listening to hip hop, and I think, and I don't think it was just one moment, but just looking back and reflecting on my relationship with hip hop, like I listen, and I mean hip hop and R&B, but it goes all the way back to when I was a young boy. You know, my mom listened to hip hop. Her collection was crazy. Like, I mean, my mom was that person. She had a CD collection that I run from here to down there, and as a woman, she had all of the Big Pun, Capital Punishment. I'm talking Snoop Dogg first album, and I'm she leave the house, I'm getting it and then putting it in, and you know what I mean, vibing out and all of that. And then I grew up going to barbecues, cookouts, all of that, and I just always loved hip hop. I was always, after basketball, I was always still into music. Mm-hmm. So one thing me and my sister used to always do too was, this back in the day when you had the boom box and Power 99 came on, whatever mix or whatever countdown, we record the hottest songs, the R&B joints, record them. We like this, right down the lyrics with the cassette. Taping the ones that wasn't a blank cassette. We'll play it back, repeat, write down the lyrics just so we can know the words. And I think like that's one way where I was like, you know what? Looking back, I think that's where it always started, because hip hop is about what's cool, what's in, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, and just having that influence, man, it's always been around me, always.
Yo, that tape joint, man, funny though. I really used to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I used to sit in the car. Me and my mans used to sit in my mom's car out front of the crib. The radio on, you know what I'm saying? But we had another thing where what's it called, recording it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hit the record button, you know what I'm saying? Just sit there in the car, record everything, you know what I'm saying? And stay out of trouble too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I had a Walkman and everything, so like.
Oh yeah,
that's what
batteries
it was. Yeah. Double A, triple A.
You know what I mean? Put the batteries in the freezer. I don't know if that really worked or not.
I think it did for a little bit, but it wouldn't give you too much.
Nah, babe. But nah, so like as far as writing, right? Like when you rap your lyrics, where that inspiration come from?
I take a lot of mental pictures. I'm good with that. I take a lot of mental pictures. I'm a whole student when it comes to hip hop. So I read and then I perfect that, just the whole skill of writing. But just knowing, having mental pictures and then knowing how to channel certain things and store it in my brain, like I get like that and I categorize, just a certain style of song that I want to write, or I could be at the movies, or I could be at a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking of, just where to put whatever inspiration I find, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like I try to catalog it, you know what I mean? Or maybe something from when I was in college. You know what I'm saying? And thinking back and kind of holding that, and just going from there, man.
That's a good thing about music. It's like living. If you live more, you have so much more to write about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm getting better at now, is not trying to overdo it per se, and just balance everything out. Like sometimes I'm noticing, or I'm trying to do what works for me. I don't necessarily like to be in the studio all the time. If that makes sense.
So you go to the studio and record?
I got my own personal home studio. So on top of course, my portable studio that, you know what I mean, that I launched last year, Survival Pack. But
you got it up here?
Yeah, that's right.
Leave that on the table, man.
For the people, you know what I mean? We gonna put this right here. But yeah, so, and just thinking more so of like just how I started my songwriting process. But that's where I start, man. Like I try to catalog and note things and just keep it like I write down ideas. I use a voice recorder to get certain cadence, certain melody, and then I'll go back to it when I'm ready to actually step in and get into, like a more standardized digital workstation and audio workstation and recording with your Pro Tools or whatever else. Yeah.
So you keep recording that part, you know what I'm saying? Cause there's many times I be driving, something's come in my head, and I keep repeating it, and then I get to a stoplight, and then it's gone. I'm like,
but this is the thing. Like, what I'm learning is a lot of that. This how I'm coming. Like, that's my angle. A lot of people, and it's my opinion. Sometimes we can, even artists, we can miss the fact that songwriting is different than recording. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So when it comes to songwriting, for me, that's what I do. And this is how I always done music since the beginning. I always kind of, because I want to feel what I'm saying without making it too logical or formal. You know what I mean? I still write too, but it's just a matter of, that's more so for memory too as well. But what's more important for me is I want to get the cadence right. I want to get the melody right. So when I'm spitting and when I get to the microphone, I can actually perform my music. Like that's why I say songwriting and recording is different. When you songwriting, you going through your ideas in your head. You know what I mean? You might want to change a word. You might want to extend something, emphasize this. But the biggest tool is hearing your voice reflected back at you. You know what I'm saying? And this is just what I do to this day. I still use my survival pack. So when I'm ready to like go anywhere and record, whether I'm just recording myself in my personal home studio or I'm going to a real studio session with, a couple engineers or whatever, and they can just do whatever, I'm ready to rock and roll. I gotta be ready to go. Studio time, it costs money, time is money. So we got to be ready to go.
Studio time do be costing, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point, that's why I had to get my little home studio set up.
Yeah.
And I do like what's it called, like a reference track at home, you know what I'm saying? If I want to the studio, I do a reference track at home. Replay that over and over. All right. Like, get to the studio, knock it down one take. The engineer be like,
man. That's what
he's soaking up all this money, you know what I'm saying?
And from my experience, when I went to the studio, it was the engineers were more appreciative when you come in there like that. You gotta remember they creative too. So they when they want to be able to streamline and get into a nice flow, a nice groove too. That's been my experience. They appreciate it because when you come in there and you don't know, it's kind of like they just sit in there and they kind of got to do a lot more coaching. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like they got to do more coaching or try, but
some don't though.
No, I believe you. But you can't even be mad at them though. You really can't be mad at them because that's not their job. That's not their role.
I was in the studio session one time, and an artist, I was in like day session. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the artist came out, was like, asked engineer, what you think about that joint? I'm in the background like, that joint is trash. The engineer lying to him, you know what I'm saying? Not nobody bopping their head or anything, you know what I'm saying? That's why I beg I got my engineer name. His name's Faris. He down in Atlanta right now, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And whenever we in a session, if I'm in the studio doing this and he going like this real hard, like his head about to fall off, and he be dead serious, I'm like, all right, I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they want, man. I think they're appreciative of that, man. For real, for sure. But it ain't their role to necessarily get you up to par. You gotta be ready when you walk through those doors.
This is facts, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? Being ready, being prepared, you know what I'm saying? So what makes you a unique artist, like a unique rap artist compared to everybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
how you different?
So it's kind of two parts of that. Number one is just believing in yourself. You know what I mean? I believe in myself. So believing in myself puts me in a position to be true to myself, and it's going to come out. Nobody is going to phrase things the way I phrase it. Nobody has the same exact experience that I've had. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it. If you just stay true to yourself, believing in your values and just stay focused on that, it is no way to lose. You can't lose. Like, and that's the thing about music and art. It's like I wanna when I rap, I wanna say it with conviction. Mm-hmm. Another thing about me, like, even like I was saying earlier, like even when I was growing up, I really couldn't just listen to anything. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't listen to anything. So it kind of helped me learn to choose different words other than a curse word or whatever. Not to say I don't, because sometimes it's appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being that way and having the vocabulary and developing the vocabulary for, you know, certain words, it's just like it helps me tell my story in a way where I think sometimes it's just some people haven't heard it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy because I don't my music I don't curse. You know what I'm saying? I do say nigga a lot though. I do say nigga a lot.
Yeah, no.
But other than that, yeah, I don't curse. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Then even the artists I have on my songs, they try not to. They
Right.
still do though. You know what I mean? But they be trying not to because they try to like blend it with my my music. But I'm like, no, do you?
Right, yeah.
Don't worry about, you know what I mean?
It makes it, I mean, and that's what I'm learning too. Like, that makes it much more effective. Like, that makes you more effective. That makes me more effective. If that is the case, or, you know, if everything gonna be exactly the same, then what's the point of the feature, or what's the point of the collaboration?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of it, to offset it all. So, you know, it all gotta make sense, of course, and you know, I think certain values should align, but it don't necessarily mean that two artists coming on that record or that project gotta sound exactly the same.
Fact.
And do the same thing. You can't have 5 point guards on the court. You know what I mean? You
like Phoenix. I don't know what they gonna do. Wild scenario down there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it's still early, so I think a lot of them probably still gonna be making moves. You know that.
Yeah.
All the way up till February of next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild though. But so like, how do you what's the process that you go through when you choosing your beats?
So once again, like it sound corny, sound cliche. I follow my heart. I follow what, you know, and it depends on what I might have been going through earlier in the morning, what I could be going through right now, what I could have went through yesterday, and it might still be on my mind, or it might be a feeling that I'm trying to, I guess, re-experience or whatever, or you know what I mean, emphasize. But I just, you know, I shop around, I listen to music, and whatever just gets me, I know what moves me, you know what I mean? And it should be a flow. And at this point, it's a matter of me still just trying to build a certain brand and build a certain sound to where, you know, that sound like something Ty Harper would write. You know what I mean? That sound like something Hart would be on, and that's, you know, that's just pretty much how I do it. I mean, sometimes people do recommend certain songs to me, and it works, and it makes sense. And most of the times, it's people that's been around me, people that know me, know what I value, and all of that. So it works even if they recommend, like, yo, I can hear you on this beat. Sometimes, like, an industry record might come out, they be like, yo, I want to hear you on that. And depending on the creative space I'm in, I might play with that track or whatever, or I might find something that gives me that same kind of feel and go from there and do that. But yeah, man, that's how I pretty much shop around. You know, and if I know people who making music, that's even better. That's just like the record you played at the intro. That's from somebody I know. Like, you know what I mean, on a personal level, like, you know, so we kind of value, like, we have a lot of similarities when it comes to other artists. So it just makes sense in the subgenre or section of hip hop that we listen to. It all makes sense. You know what I mean? I said it before, I'm not surprised that it works out and it turns out the way it does when I hear that music from Hook. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's hard too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm crazy. Yeah. Like, there's a couple producers out here. You know what I mean? Some of them cool. You know what I'm saying? And some of them mad at me. They be like, yo, you don't know everybody on beats, and I'm like, yo, I can't. I don't. The sound's not me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You can't force it.
You're like, well, if you're a rapper, you can rap anything. I know I can, but if you want the song to be good, like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to feel that joint. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And like, it's crazy because you're speaking of sounds. Like, I'm convinced, like, you got a specific sound that you hear.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's mine. Yeah, that's mine. Like, me, it's for some reason it's guitars. If it got some kind of strings in it,
all right, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I can like get to it, gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's like weird. I don't know.
I'm like that too. It's sometimes it's a nice little kick, but I think my favorite instrument to hear is, it's real close. Sometimes it's just certain horns, but it's a snare, I think.
Snare.
It's a snare.
Yeah.
And the snare is pretty much the easiest thing to follow.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, as far as that high sound, but I think it's a snare, man. I like a kick, but I like this snare because it's also how I listen to music. I listen to music differently too.
Oh,
you know, too. Like once you start recording music, you listen to it totally different.
Yeah, way
than
different.
the regular average person listens to the music.
It's crazy because my car, my Subaru, it has these Harman Kardon speakers in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then my Beamer, it has regular style. I don't know what the hell they got. I think it's Bose or something.
Right, probably.
But I prefer driving my Subaru because the speakers clear. Like I can hear every instrument while I'm driving. And it's like, yeah, I be listening like, like I have people in the car. Y'all hear that?
Yeah,
like, I don't hear that. You don't hear that? You hear the horns
told you. we listen to it different. I'm telling you, because we know all the elements that make the songs, even as far as ad libs go and all that other stuff.
It be
so.
everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got to the point because I'm audio engineering now.
Gotcha.
So now I'm listening to the mix now, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that EQ too high.
Yep.
Oh, that's low.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
I'm dibbling and dabbling in that now too.
mixing and stuff.
Yeah. That record you played, I mixed that record.
Oh, you that?
Yeah, I mixed that record.
Oh, that
yeah,
don't sound good.
yeah. No, I mixed that record. I really did. It took me a lot longer than probably somebody who been doing it, of course. But that ain't the point for me. Is always expanding my skill set and trying to have as much creative control I possibly can have. And I'm big on, man, when I'm ready to let something go, I'm ready to let it go. Like if I get in that flow, I gotta be mindful of it, and it's a balance to everything to where I'm not just thinking I can do everything myself. But it's like, at sometimes, man, it's like, as an artist, when you ready to make art, man, you just want to make art.
Man. That's all we want to do. It's like, dang, I gotta market this. I gotta do all this with it.
Yeah.
Make a video for it. I'm like, I don't feel like doing all that. I just want to record.
Well, that's part of the business, though.
I'm
finding my groove though too. Now I've been doing this. Maybe, what we looking at? 13 years now?
Like professionally?
Yeah, like seriously, like really recording and releasing music. It's been that long. I've been doing this a nice little minute.
I think I started like getting paid for streams in 2018. What was that, like 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 5 years now.
But if you remember, I mean, before a lot of the new companies and a lot of the platforms to help the independent artists, we couldn't do all the streaming. Like, they made it extremely easy now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, now it's easy. Like, it's as simple as
it's a button.
SoundCloud was when it was hard for independent artists to get on them bigger commercial outlets like iTunes and all of that. We had SoundCloud. You know what I mean? Like, we upload music to SoundCloud before. My estimation is that we probably had to know somebody, to know somebody to submit it, get it cleared. It was just a lot. But yeah, man, I'm with you.
Easy,
like,
you push a button.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
on
with
there
you.
by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
On your motherfucking Apple Music and Spotify by tomorrow. That's wild. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need, though.
Because it's crazy. Because now I think about it, like, you know, back in the day when I wasn't taking music seriously, but in my head, like, I used to have this formula in my head, like, yeah, you know, if I sell 10,000 records at $1,
Right.
at $10 a piece, I have 100,000 by. I don't know if that math right, but
Right, I got you. But I get what you're saying. You making calculations. I get
I'm
it.
like, yeah, I sell CDs.
get it.
You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, the streaming joint happened. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, well, screw that CD sell.
That's
I be
over.
seeing what the cost of the stream. Man, I be so mad, dog.
But from, like I tell you, I'm a student, so I research the game, and it's I've heard enough mainstream artists like, yo, excuse me, like, yo, that ain't where it's at. Like, really making your money, they don't come from streams. Like,
Syncs.
yeah, like my understanding is, yo, it's, you know, that's why, like, I'm big on building brands now, and it's just like, you gonna get your money from, number one, appearances, shows. Like, that's how I look at it now. Like, so don't get me wrong, I want the streams. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, and that's more so like a long-term investment. Like, that's also the importance of putting out quality music, putting out good songs to where you know, it's like my thing too. Like I want it to be timeless. So some of the music that, you know, I released today, I got an album coming out in a couple of months. By the end of the summer, I want people to be able to listen to that in 2040.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, only thing is maybe like the sound on audio, or, you know, as far as the production tip, but still, as far as what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I try to say things in the most common language to where, you know, oh, it had to be to 2023 because he said cap or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you get too heavy on that, like the verbiage that way, you gonna tell like, I feel outdated. Nobody might not feel like hearing that.
Yeah.
So I try to tell my stories, you know, in a way where it's more so timeless. But yeah, that streaming thing, it's an investment. Like, it's like a long-term thing. You keep getting your records played over and over and over and over again.
Oh, I started noticing that.
That's a win.
You know what I'm saying? I started noticing that because I had dropped the album in 2020 called Malibu Hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I'm like, it's a regular album. But everybody around me keeps saying, oh, it's a classic. Because they keep going back to it. It's 2023 and they still going back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at my, what's it called? The stream joints.
Yeah, the stats.
And it's still,
and the
they
analytics.
still streaming. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm
Yep.
asking. And now I noticed when I add more music out, throw some more music out, so the newer people are starting to go back to the
that.
old stuff. You
That's
know what I'm
what
saying?
happened.
And it reminds me because I'm like, I do that myself as a consumer.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? If I hear a new artist, well, what else they got? You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, for sure. And that, look, Ty Harper on all your streaming platforms. I'm glad because you gave me that reminder earlier. I did. His name changed. So some people, you know, everybody still call me T Harp, but you know, I officially changed my name to Ty Harper in terms of music, and you know what I mean. Just releasing songs and cuts like that. So that's what it is. Like, it's Ty Harper if you are looking for my music.
Because
You know what I'm
I
saying?
went on YouTube Music, and I was like, God damn, this thing got a fast catalog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bust. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably incriminating myself, but whatever. I'm gonna bust everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening to the whole catalog. I'm like, okay.
Got
yeah,
you.
okay,
Yeah. But yo, I'm with you, man. Look, it's an opportunity. It's an outlet, I think, for long term. But I do, and I think part of it for me is I like just building relationships with people. I like getting out in front of people and performing, and then reading the crowd and making them calls to go to this song instead of that song. But yeah, you know, streaming is an option, but I think I like the in-person joints.
So speaking of performances, that was one of my later questions, but I'm asking now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad.
Nah. So because you say you enjoy performing, right?
Yeah.
So how do you prepare for your live shows? Like, what's the preparation?
So preparing for a live show, once again, my survival pack. So sometimes, depending on the event, so say I'm preparing for a venue and I think it needs to be more like, I guess, poetic, or, you know, a little bit more on the softer side of hip hop, or the more chill, laid back side of hip hop. I will edit my lyrics, because sometimes I do stuff that's family friendly too. So I edit my lyrics, and what I do is I play my beat, record it on my survival pack, and just make a memo, because it's a USB mic too, so the quality is there. I record it, playback, and then just play back. I go through my set depending on how long it is, depending on what records I know have been doing well. I make sure, of course, to put them in the set, and then it's kind of like I just sequence it. I sequence it how I want the crowd to move, how I want to end my set, how I want to start my set. If it's 30 minutes, that's about 4 or 5 songs that I might do, and just play back and just keep listening to it, make sure I got the lyrics right. You know what I mean?
Playback.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's repeat. Like, you can't underestimate that, because you want to know your words. You want to know your lyrics. You want it to be automatic. Like,
and you don't want to be on stage with a holding your phone looking at the lyrics. That happened to me, dog.
I think we all got them stories, I think, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, though. But that's what it is, man. It's like, just play back. I might make a playlist, go to the gym, listen to it while I'm working out, go for walks, listen to it while I'm walking. You know what I mean? Every chance I get in between errands, I'm listening to the set, because when I get on stage, like I said before, it's time to perform. It's time to perform. You know what I mean? And I do it in a way to where I can still engage and interact with the crowd too and talk with them, because, I mean, that's what they come out for. So by the time I'm done, I want people to feel like they know me. And I want them to legit feel like they know something about me. You know what I mean? And something that they could take with them and, you know what I mean, bring them back to listen to more of my stories, so to speak. But that's really how I do it, though. I play back, repeat, keep it going, so I know what, like, I can almost flow straight into my sets and stuff.
Play back, repeat. Now, artists out there, you know what I'm saying, aspiring artists, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it a bean. So, like, my freestyles, I stay with a freestyle, but the reason why I stay with it for, like, all my freestyle videos, they be like, how you flow right through it? Play back and repeat, you know what I mean?
There it is.
That's real secret, you know what I'm saying? And just memorize it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, memory. Like, but that's still a skill. Don't get me wrong. Like, and I've tried it before, like, off the top. I could do it a little bit depending on, you know, what's going on, what kind of production it is, and what kind of vibe it is. But at the end of the day, to be able to, because I've had people say, how the hell do you remember all that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you remember all that? When you can spit a freestyle for 2 minutes straight, 3 minutes straight, it's like, yo, you got to think about breath control, all of that. Like, all of that. And I think sometimes, you know, as artists, you know, we might not even be aware of that. I know when I was first starting out, I wasn't as aware of it as I am now. But you get that thing committed to memory, like you said, I mean, you in good shape.
Breath control, too. Breath control is a real thing, too, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it got to the point, like, I had to learn this too, experience. I got, you know, 10,000 hours in. They say professional 10,000 hours, you know what I'm saying? So now I get to the point where, like, I know I got to, in my head, songwriting, how you say songwriting is different.
Yeah.
In my head, I write it a certain way. Get the recording it, I'm like, well, I ran out of breath. Something got changed.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's the whole point why I say, because my whole thing, even with launching this product, the survival pack, that's what it's for. So if you are, you know, I use it now, anyway, but even especially if you just getting started, just taking this avenue to write and rewrite your music is going to save you money, because just for that reason, like you said, that's what I do all the time. Like, I'll write a song and then it might be 2 bars that I hear like, oh no, I'm gonna say this for these 2, bring it back here, and then but at the same time, I'm not wasting no money, because to go to a studio to record something and then want to change it, that means you're gonna have to go back. You know what I mean? So it's just that's my whole thing, is like the rewrite and playback. But, you know, and of course you let the right producers, the right just managers, whoever, hear it before you get to that point. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and not to say you gotta wait for everybody, because once you gain a certain amount of experience, you know what you're looking for. You know what's gonna work. But yeah, that's how you do it, man. You work out all that songwriting up front. Straight up.
God damn, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists do got the ego things too.
The what?
Ego, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's cool to have sometimes, but sometimes the person telling you it's not it, it might not be it. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Like, I had growing up, I mean, you know, beginning my music journey, I had yes men around me. Everybody saying, yo, that joint on fire, that joint on fire. So looking back, you know what I'm saying, my baby mom was like, they ain't it.
Let me tell you. Listen, fellas, if you need constructive, the constructive is the key word. The women gonna tell you. They gonna tell you. I promise you that, because they listening. They listening. They gonna tell you, and take heed. That's all I'm gonna say. Take heed, listen to it, because it's necessary, man. I think they got a big influence on. Of course they do, in art itself.
They got a big influence.
And art itself, it comes natural. Like, even their word and what they say, like, is good. Like, what is really a go, like, you know what I mean? And it's not like a total, and then, like, I don't think it's a control thing in totality, but for sure, like, they're man, listen, I think, you know, it's art. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Shout out to the women out there, you know what I'm saying, listening to music.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Hold on real quick, go through this motherfucking song. That I ain't gonna front the live performance question threw me off, you know what I'm saying?
The live performance question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta move my joint back around. You know
My fault, man.
nah, you good, you good, you know what I'm saying? It's unprofessional of me, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, look, man, we podcast, and I feel like it's, real informal, It's a conversation, it's a dialogue.
You know what I mean? But nah, speaking of the, how the woman, criticism and all that, how do you handle criticism and setbacks? You know what I'm saying?
So I like the criticism part, and first, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not just taking anybody's feedback, not just anybody. Like, if it's got to be people who I know really got skin in the game, that can really relate to what I'm doing in a sense. And that's not to say that, well, I guess I am saying it, but not as far as their value as a human. But when it comes to what I'm doing, like, your opinion, it don't have the value that it does for somebody that has skin in the game, that got experience, and then, shown and proven in a lot of different ways. But, and as far as, so you said criticism, and what was the other half? It was something else.
Setbacks.
And setback. Setbacks. I'm getting better with this, man. Like, it's all in looking for the lesson. I mean, it's pretty much what everybody, what we all know as a society, in terms of like the successful people. Like, it's all in how you reframe and how you look at things. But I mean, not allowing your ego to get in the way, like you said, and really, and listening to what people are telling you. But my biggest thing has always been selecting the right people to have around me and being better at choosing who and what I want to associate with, because it helps. You know what I mean? It definitely helps. It helps.
I just put a video up yesterday about that, like a reel. I put a reel up about how I was broke, and I'm trying to figure out why I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I was like, there's people around me. I start getting rid of people around me, start making better decisions financially and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And to piggyback on the whole failure thing is like, and part of learning from it is like, it's like the change part. Like, I had to do something different. I had to start knowing something. Because, look, I ain't perfect by a long shot. But some of the biggest mistakes I made, biggest failures that I made, it just taught me so much. And you know how you get to a point where, like, all right, that's enough. I'm not. It don't make sense. And that's why I say, like, I had my parents in my life. So, and I got a sister, older sister. So, like, when things start getting, like, nah, what are you doing, my man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be the first question. Like, what you got going on? And a whole slew of other, you know what I mean, homies and brothers, like, that's gonna be like, yo, you can't be moving like that. But I say that because it's the people that allow me to change and do the things that's gonna be better for me, versus somebody who kind of just want me to just stay and just be like, keep doing the same thing. And it's not necessarily bad, but if it's mediocre and it's going opposed to the goals that you're trying to achieve, then yeah, I can't do it. Like, and it ain't even nothing. It's a matter of preference. It's a matter of values. It's a matter of what I want. You know what I mean? In comparison to what somebody else might want. But we all different people, so you gotta let me be free. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let me be free, dog.
Let me be free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, let's say 5 years now from now. You know what I'm saying? Where do you see yourself? What goals you got in play? You know what I'm saying?
Just for starters, I mean, I would. My thing is, I always want to stay open and learn something, just so I can be relevant to whatever's going on. But I want to reach a point. 5 years, I wanted to be Ty Harper is really making. I've made enough impression in the industry on a level where I could be doing this for a living, like. Just this, you know what I mean? Making art and it selling and making the moves to grow my brand and keep doing that and giving back to the industry in a way where I'm cultivating other opportunities for more people and just I like a good time, dog. Like I ain't gonna hold you, and I think that's the artist in me. Good time. We started with music. Who's the DJ? You know what I'm saying? But that's where I want to be. I want to be in a position where I'm known for being the artist, like a hip hop artist, and really it's paying my bills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know what I mean? And to be modest and humble about it is like I'm not somebody who's trying to just shortcut there. You know what I mean? But like I said earlier, I've been doing it for like 13 years at this point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not shortcutting to get there, but that's really where I love to be doing. Because right now, I work a day job and I do my music as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's about tweaking the business model and doing the things to get me to the next step. You know what I'm saying? But 5 years, dog, I'm trying to be able to be like, yo, I'm waking up, I'm in the studio. I leave the studio, I'm doing interviews, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. That, like, if it's about music, if it's about hip hop, that's where I want to be.
Pure artist, right?
You know what I mean?
That's, like you ask one of the young kids that, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't that old, but
yeah, I got
one
you.
Of the young kids that, like, it's like, I know a lot of them just want a quick bag. They don't care about the music, and I'm like, man, like, I don't want like the girl Kylie. She got a song called dang, what the freak? I don't even remember her song called. It's crazy on TikTok.
Yeah,
she got a white guy, something. I forget how it go. You know what I'm saying? But I listened to her album today because her album dropped on Friday. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to the album. I listen to albums every week. Whatever job, I'm gonna listen to it. I listen to country, rock. It don't matter.
Got you. So
I checked it out. I'm hoping like it's like at least one gem on there I can add to the playlist. You feel what I'm saying?
I got
Played the whole thing. I'm like, oh no. What is this? Like
what?
Every track, and I'm like, dang, it wasn't even nothing. Like, I'm like, come on, like what's going on with the new music? Like it's bad, but like some people, some of them good though. Some of them is good. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave Lil Uzi Vert a try.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He different.
Yeah, I did. I see you post that. I see you posting one of the records.
You know what I'm saying? But I played the whole album and I found a gem. I'm like, yo, this it wasn't rap or nothing. I don't know what it was, but it was like some kind of hardcore rock. I don't know what it was, but it was turned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
sure.
found the gem. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Got you. No, I get it. I do a lot of the same, yo. I do a lot of the same stuff. Like I think about it, but I probably wouldn't even know where to start. But I do a lot of the same when it comes to R&B, reggae, like a jazzy kind of thing. Like I listen to stuff I don't listen to what's on the radio.
Yeah, I don't listen to radio anymore.
I don't listen to what's on the radio. Like even like some of the TikTok stuff, Instagram. It's necessary though, so I can understand it from like a business, but I know from my opinion, I don't want to lose my artistry. Like I don't want to lose that pure well of ideas. Like I just don't. I feel like we get caught up chasing some things, like because it's necessary. Like I said, I want to be in business doing it, but I still want to, just stay close to my heart, just stay close to what I'm doing. But I do the same thing, yo. I don't listen to what's on the radio though.
I listen to radio.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if I do, I'm WDAS.
Oh yeah,
I'm like
smooth jazz, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's still a station.
Yeah, WDAS.
Yeah.
105.3.
See, I ain't know it's still a station. I ain't listened to radio so long. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Last time I heard that joint was
I'm
gonna say like I was in high school. You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, it's still rolling, and it's funny that we on this because that also plays a part in how I choose my production too. Like even the boy Twano, who he produced a couple records that I put out, and he's on is like the headphone song he produced, but in some of his production and some that I used in the past, like they'll use samples. You know what I mean? And I know the song because of the ear and like what I'm listening to or what I grew up on. WDAS. My pop played a lot of oldies. So like that's how, that also plays a part into how I be selecting stuff though too. But yeah, WDAS is still around, like for sure. That ain't go out. That's like Product Not. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's I mean,
they
both
staples. You know what I mean? They staples in the region.
I remember Kiss 101.7 used to be. I think that's going now.
Yeah, that's going. We don't have Kiss no more, unfortunately. But yeah, you know, as far as WDAS, that's there. Like, and that's why I say if I do listen to the radio or something like that, because they're what they play is so expansive. Like they play current stuff, you know, they play the old stuff. Oh yeah, they playing everything. They play a little bit of hip hop. They play, but it's the kind of like I always the quick term for me is like the family friendly kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Sometimes you need a little Frankie Beverly and Maze. You know what I'm saying? I keep it rolling like that. Isley Brothers,
little Isley.
You know, everything gotta be
keep hearing the footsteps in the dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I listen to and that's the thing. See, I listen to stuff like that. Arrested Development. Everyday People, those is records, like, you know what I'm saying. That's my I can say like a big source of inspiration just to get me going.
I told somebody the other day, I was like, yo, we need another Toni Braxton, like another female Toni Braxton, like, you know what I'm saying.
I can dig it
because there ain't none of that right now. You know what I'm saying. Y'all whispering right now. They sound good though. But they just whispering, you know what I'm saying? Like Janae Aiko and all them, they cool though.
Yeah.
I be listening, I ain't gonna front. But I just wanna hear another Toni Braxton. You feel what I'm saying?
I did. I went to a Snow Allegra concert maybe last spring or something.
I heard she
that was good. That was great. that was dope.
I'm trying to go to a Sabrina Claudio concert.
That's new to
Sabrina
me.
Claudio.
I never heard of her.
Oh, you never heard of her?
New to me, yeah.
Oh man, she
so
got
now I'm gonna look it up. Now you gotta send me the links.
Yeah.
Now you gotta let me send me the links and let me.
She signed no. She feel what I'm saying. She a vibe too. She like kind of like Snow Allegra a little bit.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got their own little lane. You know what I'm saying?
Cool beans. Yeah.
It's another one like that too. Baby Rose.
I feel like I've heard that name.
Yeah,
I feel like I heard that name. If I hear the song, it probably spark my memory.
Definitely check her out.
Gotcha.
Listen to her song and then look and then like on her Instagram.
Yeah.
You be like, oh shoot, it don't match.
The
person don't match. You know what I'm saying? You be like, it's not. That's her. You know what I mean?
But that's what be fun about it though too. That's the fun part because I was on. I told you I'm a student, so I was on YouTube a while ago, man, and I can't remember the artist. I can't remember the name, but somebody was in the comments. They was like, "Yo, music is for the ears, not the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's for the ears, not the eyes." And that go back, you know, just the commentary around, you know, hearing that album or you know the like certain artists getting caught up in putting out quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And not the quality. You gotta think. That's why, you know, if you get a good song and good music and good art out there, then you gonna have some longevity.
Facts.
You gonna have some longevity. That's my belief. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's true. You see Kendrick and Coles and you know what I'm saying, Hove and
yes sir,
all quality music. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
I ain't going front even Nas a little bit, even though he had like 3 albums in 1 year though.
Yeah, but and that's what I was about to say. The thing about it is too, like I'm all for quantity because you know that's one thing I challenge myself on every day as an artist. Like, yo, you know, every day I gotta do something. Yeah. I always say I just at least an hour. You know what I mean? Because I know the hour gonna grow. Like if I really got the block of time, the hour gonna turn into 4. That's what's really gonna happen. But I kind of lost my train of thought, but anyway, yeah.
But an hour, that's funny though.
I try to put the hour in and just write the music, man, and just let it grow from there, man.
That's why I do, because you know I'm driving all day. I get like 30-minute breaks, 25-minute breaks. I'm writing something, listening to music or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But usually I spend an hour a day down here just recording something.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to, even if I don't release it, just to sharpen up on something. You know
and that's where I was going with everything. It's like you do it. It may not be ready yet, but it's just the act of doing it. It's just the habit of doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really matters. That's the work. Like that's the work right there.
You know what I mean? I dropped the album in June. I dropped the album. Called Volume 1, Outside for the Summer Volume 1, right? It was like 3 new tracks I recorded that month, like a couple weeks prior. But the rest of them was like 2 years old.
Older.
I went back to them. I got better at engineering, so I tweaked them up some more, you know what I'm saying? Redid some lyrics that, you know what I mean, reflowed it better.
Yeah.
repackaged it and put it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's a win-win, man.
You know what I mean? And I'm going back. I got another album dropping in 2 weeks for volume 2. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing the same thing, repackaging.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, just staying in motion. That's my thing. You gotta keep it flowing. I'm the same way, man. I got an album dropping it by the end of this summer. I might do 2. It's looking like I still might do 2.
One a month?
Maybe. Let me see. Possibly, yeah. It might be 1 a month, or maybe definitely 2 within the next 3 months. You know what I'm saying? But the big one, you know, my main focus is the title of my project is More Love. So I'm just, you know, that's pretty much set. That's pretty much done in terms of the selection of everything I chose. I got a song on there. I like it, you know. I love it, matter of fact. But I just like the sound. I like the feel of it. And the people I let hear it so far enjoyed it. But I had to keep what I consider some heat for it. You know what I mean? But I'm on that wave too. I'm dropping something at the end of the summer, and we're going to get something out in the next couple of weeks too.
Oh, well, you got something new out, let me know, because on our regular program, we had this thing called, we play sleepers.
Got you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Cool.
Play sleepers, you know what I'm saying? Songs that people ain't never heard, we play them, you know what I mean? Or if anything new come out, we play a quick, you know what I mean, preview of that album, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And definitely, like, speaking of album dropping, though, so, like, or even even singles, not do albums. So when you dropping the album, right, you know what I mean, you had your release date set, you know what I'm saying? Now it's the day before that release. Do you feel anything?
I think I it's like, and I say that in modesty, but because I used to, like, because earlier this year I was dropping a single every week. And I think at the end of the day, it's some excitement there. It's always going to be some excitement, but it's like trying to balance it out, because it's like once I put that out, I'm on to the next one. What I'm doing next. But as artists, we still got to be careful and make sure that we don't get caught up in chasing without embracing what we already done did, what we got out right now. And like I said earlier, everything is, it's just tricky with art. Everything can be work. Yeah. Sometimes like you gotta sit back, live a little bit, experience a little bit more, you know what I mean, and come back to the booth that way. But
it's single podcasting too. I ain't going front.
Yeah,
we've been doing 2 years straight, just every Saturday.
Got you.
Episode. So, you know, I do everything. I'm doing engineering and all that stuff. So I'm like, yo, and I'm trying to go back to music too. So it's like, yo, I told everybody I got 2 podcasts. I got this one and the girls. You know what I mean? Got a woman too.
All right, got you.
So I told everybody, I said, listen,
cool.
So listen, group, I'm taking a month off. There won't be no pods. You know what I'm saying? No pods, nothing.
I ain't mad at you.
So I can go back to my music. I got a music artist too that I had to work with.
Cool, yeah.
So I'm like, I'm leaving her out, and I don't want her to be like, yo, this nigga forgot about me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So me and her was working on the album and everything. You know what I'm saying? And took a month off. You know what I'm saying? So like now everybody, I think today was the first day back.
Got you.
So they all like, yo, man. Finally, because the girls is ready. They ready to talk. You know what I'm saying? They ready to talk. You feel what I'm saying? So there's tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, got you.
So they ready to talk. And I definitely got schedule you on there too. Yeah.
I'm ready, man. Keep me posted.
They different. I'm going to tell you right now, they different.
Keep me posted. Look, hey, look. I can be professional. I get a little loose too. You know what I'm saying? But
they
like I said, I like a good time.
They have tequila before they start.
Okay, so they coming like that.
Yeah.
They real blunt. They look. They coming straight at you. They real direct. Huh?
I mean, the one girl she has tequila, and the other girl she drink Henny straight from the bottle. I'm like, they different. And no, she put the Henny in the wine cup. They different.
Preference is preference, man.
Yeah,
look, I ain't knocking it, but yeah, man. Like I said, I enjoy a good time though, man. You know,
that's
open conversation, transparency. You know what I mean? I like that. I like to, you know, see what other interests other people have. I'm interested in people's though.
Oh yeah,
it's all good. It's all good, man.
So like,
keep me posted.
Nah, I'm definitely gonna do that. So what would I say? So like, influence wise though, you know what I'm saying. So like, what artists, you know what I'm saying, has like, I would say like shaped you, but like influenced you. You know what I mean?
I always say this like a lot. I think early on, and it might seem, it might not though, but I'll explain why. So my favorites, even when it comes to inspiration, Jadakiss is like the first person that comes to my mind. Like, just come on, man. It's like, it's Jadakiss. It's like he really MCing, you know? Like he's all the real, I ain't gonna say real, I don't want nobody to feel offended, but all the enthusiastic hip hop heads seeing the versus battle and just seeing that show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, and that's the thing, like with me, like I like to articulate my words, and like I want you to hear what each line is like building up to. But so Jadakiss for sure, and Nipsey, you know what I mean? Rest his soul, but like, yo, everything he put out there, his whole ideas, his whole just his beliefs, his values, like I connected with that real strong. And I'm, you know, and it's like I don't, and like you said, influence, you know what I mean? Not necessarily, because I don't come from that life. You know what I mean? But it also speaks to humanity. You feel what I'm saying? We all got we all experience the same emotions. You know what I mean? We know what things feel like. But I connected with him, and then I think, you know, respect to the women, Lauryn Hill. Like, those are like some of like my biggest influences. I got a couple newer ones these days. Of course, like the Cole. A lot of people say I remind them of Cole, Kendrick, but my favorite more recently these days is Benny. Benny the Butcher.
Yeah,
like,
you kind of look like Benny a little bit. The butcher coming, nigga.
Benny ain't got the locks though. Benny ain't got the locks.
The butcher coming, nigga.
Yeah, nah, man. But for sure, them probably like my biggest influence. I mean, of course, I think Hov on everybody's list. A lot.
Yeah.
Most people list, but them select few is probably that's where my influence is though. Yeah.
Yeah, mine like the same, around the same. Definitely Griselda in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's something about those type of beats, those grimy, gritty. It's just late night vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm coming home from work, I feel like I'm trapping, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I just be like, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I got some of those kind of beats on my new album coming out too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely influence. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day was definitely Cassidy though.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because there used to be mad. I used to throw mad punchlines.
Yeah,
like,
no, you still there.
I mean, it is there.
But what you said, Cassidy, I'll put this out here for you. I'm like listening to what I've heard, and then like just your demeanor too. It's also, you give me a little bit like Luda reminder too, like Luda.
Luda. Oh
like
shoot.
That kind of energy to, you know what I mean? That what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find a word, but it's like kind of, I mean, playful, but in a way like you saying something, and you're sharing a part of, you know, just your style of music.
Yeah.
But I can see it though, but Luda be having punchlines too.
Nah,
though. That's
Luda
the thing.
do. He
That's
underrated.
what I'm saying.
He underrated.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I think so. You give me that kind of vibe too, in terms when it comes to the bars and the punchlines too. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
You ain't never heard that one.
Yeah,
I just had to put that out there for you. I had to put that out there for you.
Like my pops used to tell me Fabulous, and I'm like, I don't see that.
I could see that. But they all heavy with punchlines.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I try to veer off of that a little bit. Like, for example, my Malibu Hill soundtrack. I mean, my Malibu Hill album. What's the soundtrack? I call it the soundtrack because what I did was, from beginning to end, it's a whole visual. Like, you can literally close your eyes and see everything I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I even added, I'm getting in the car, you'll hear the car cutting on. You'll hear the police behind me, all that. Like, you hear everything. Like,
I see what you're saying.
It's a whole soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? And I had to make it like that. Cause I'm like, and it's crazy because I don't think I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to make another one of these. So I'm going to try to do something else next. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's experimentation though too. You know, we find our sweet spot. You know.
Yeah, and that whole joint was filled with like the string instruments. You know what I'm saying? Something about them motherfucking string instruments, man. They just get me. You know what I'm saying? They just get me. You feel what I'm saying? Got string instruments, man. You know what I mean? Hold up. But yeah, that's definitely my influences though. Oh, yeah, Versified 9. I can't leave them out.
Yeah, it's Royce, and then it's a couple sleepers too, man. I know, and there's a lot of music out here, and between working on my music and giving the industry an ear, but my man, he's on that's one of my favorite verses ever. But it's not like a mainstream record. I know it's one of Big Sean's song, Sci High.
Sci High the Prince?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, he got a verse, man. Whoop-dee-doo is the name of the song. Man, it's called Whoop-dee-doo. Like,
it's his song?
I think it's Big Sean. I initially heard it off of Big Sean mixtape, but it's like a mixtape song. But yo, when I tell you he read this, like,
I get Big Sean props too, because people was telling me about Big Sean, and I'm like, back in the day, and I'm like, I always heard his party tracks, and I'm like, man, I don't care about the party tracks. Now I listen to it like his B-side stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, he rap.
Yeah, but Sci-Hi got them. He got them bars. When you said Royce the 5'9", it reminded me of him. Like yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I've been with Conway too. It's like, this nigga's face is like, you know what I mean, and he's still able to spit, and it's like,
yeah. I'm a student. I told you, I found an old video of him. Like before the incident, he was fired in too.
Damn.
Fired in too. Yep.
God damn.
Yep. But the influences, man, and that's the thing, man. I let it, and it's funny you say that. So influence, even elaborate on that. Like, I'm a big like curator of like sounds and songs too. So I be making playlists. So, cause my thing is when I play music, like if I'm cleaning around the house, washing my car, whatever, I like to play music. I don't want to skip songs. I don't want to do none of that. But I do a lot of that too, man. Like I'll just.
So you playlists, you got a name for them, like for example, like I got a bunch of playlists. Yeah. One of them I got called it's called Late Night on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. So it's basically for when I'm driving. Yeah. And it's nighttime. Yeah, and I just want to hear a certain sound, like a New Yorker
I know what
sound.
You mean.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. Trust me.
I got a balcony vibe playlist. All like Caribbean vibes. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yep. All that. You know what I mean?
I got one for when I'm in the car and my roof is back. Like,
oh yeah,
I got
I'm gonna call it windows down. Yeah. I mean, I ain't got no joint.
Yeah.
You know
but
still,
I mean? It's the same thing, and that's really how I kind of cultivate my influences, man. Like I do, and I listen to a lot of R&B, way more pride in. Well, I can't say that because I can't speak for nobody else. I don't know, but I know. I think to the general listener or consumer of music, they might not think that hip hop artists listen to other stuff. Like,
I do.
You know what I mean? Like the R&B and even some of the like pop. I be listening to pop. You know what I'm saying?
I made a whole pop song. It's mad funny though because nobody think it's me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, it is big. it's out, Mercy out on all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely the whole pop song. They be like, that ain't you. Even with the rap music, they don't sound like you. Yeah. Cause like when I'm in the booth, it's like it's the whole. I don't know. I like bring the words to life. Like I give it like. I don't know. It's like you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's definitely another way I cultivate my influences and just allow the art world to influence me, man. Like for real.
Sometimes I get into art too. Cause I heard. Watching Jay-Z and stuff, I heard like the art, like the artwork, like actual like paintings and stuff and all that statues and stuff. And I'm trying to slowly go that direction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm slowly getting there. You know what I mean?
And I'm even more influenced, like even nowadays, even like 'cause my day job, like I'm around artists all day. Oh yeah, all day, visual artists, dancing artists. piano players. You know what I mean? All like, you name it. You know what I mean? I'm around it. So, I, you know, like you said at the top of the show, like, yo, I feel great, man. It's like
You said 8, 9.
Great. Yeah,
8, 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Minus the BS, life is great. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dog.
With that though, in closing though, what aspiring artists out here, you know what I'm saying? Whatever genre, you feel what I'm saying? You have any like words to say to them? Like,
yo, I'm big on gratitude, man. Gratitude is at the top of my list. You know, it's about patience. Patience is a big thing, and I think that's synonymous with gratitude. It's always going to help you be creative. It's always going to help you stay true to yourself and be patient when you want to step off course. But yeah, just be grateful for what you got. Work on that. Just put the work in, man. Just put the work in. Believe in yourself. Yeah.
Consistency.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I mean? And tell the folks, man, where can they follow you at on the socials and stuff, man?
On socials, everything is T Harp 99. So that's THARP, the number 9, the number 9. 2 9s at the end of T Harp. You know what I mean? And survivalpackrap.com. You know what I mean? But you find me on the social. We're in the links world, so.
Oh, yeah,
you're going to find a link. I'm going to make sure I make it easy for you.
The links going to be below, too. You know what I'm saying? I have the links below. You know what I mean?
Make sure it's easy for y'all. But, yeah, man. And shout out to anybody and everybody who's ever supported me. You know what I mean? Ever purchased any of my products, ever mentioned my name in the conversation. Like I said, back to gratitude. Thank you.
Oh, man.
For having me here today, man.
Appreciate you coming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just thank you, man. Gratitude is at the top of my list, man.
You support everything. And it's crazy because people that support, they don't be realizing, like, yo, we really remember that.
No, yeah.
We remember that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Who supporting, who's doing.
Yes.
I write my songs all the time. Like, I say, I ain't gonna play it on the pod, but I want you to hear something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like,
I'm gonna do the same thing for you. I got you.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, for sure, man. Thank you to any and everybody that ever supported me, man. For sure.
I definitely want to close it out with this song right here called "Still."
Yeah.
I bang with this song. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This right here is still available on all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Nice little summertime.
You know what I mean? Until next time, y'all. You know what I mean?
Never mind haters. Still kicking Craig Mack type flavors. Still doing favors that'll win. Still dream chasing, vivid image whipping in the bin. Still going hard, cause I grind hard to live it Lord. Still dollar in the dream, shooting for the stars. Still banging on the beat, Sean Bradley. Still daydreaming, ride smooth like a cat. Still riding audio beats, I'm quite crafty. Miller time, I take my time, I'ma still shine. Still speak, practice what I preach. Still had some bad days, boy, a box and a reef. Cause I'm missing my homies. Still think about my homie Miz. Still rest in peace to Waves, tell you what it is. I'm still gon' grind. Back against the wall, but I'm still trying to shine. Regardless of bad news, couple niggas doing time. But I'm still gon' vent, spit tricks and kick grind. Now wait, how can I get a plate? Every minute is a move, I ain't trying to hesitate. If living is a hobby, heaven is a place. I be chasing at the dreams till I'm in a better state. I'm back at it, the money gon' call. Back to the basics, thoroughbreds don't fall. So I'm backlashing, homie, it's no acting. Real recognize real, hold the backstabbing. A lot of passion, backseat action. Back to the future, cut cloth, different fabric. Back to the future, right
The Gemini
now,
Music Group.
so it's back to the base at the same damn time. Yeah, back it up, slow wine. Back to the gristle, a man against time. If I don't back down, spread wings, then I'ma fly.